Good morning, guys. This is Barbara from My Redo. Sorry about the weird coloring. It's dark out here. It's not quite 4 o'clock in the morning here in Chicago. A little bit. Must have rained. No, not must have. I heard it rain last night. It rained last night. But it's already in the upper 60s. I feel great. I'm wearing short sleeves today. Not all that thrilled about the way the arms are, but I wanted to wear springy summer something. Besides, at work I wear a sweater all day because it's always super cold on me because of the air conditioning, so my arms will be covered, but at least to and from work I get to wear the short sleeves, so I am happy. But what I was saying about the weird coloring is I found, I guess, a filter of some sort, because without it this would be a totally black video, and I didn't want to do that to you guys, make it a completely dark video. But I had a couple things I was thinking about this morning, and I know if I wait till next Tuesday, I'll never get them said. I sort of have some real talk, kind of a confession, stuff like that, a little accomplishment. So, oh wow, why did it change colors like that? I'm sorry. But I don't need the AC blowing on me. I just need to be comfortable. So yesterday. Okay, so I come to you on Tuesday and I tell you how my weight stayed the same, how I saw a lower number on Saturday, but then, my scale is, being a meanie, and went back to what I was last week, and I was that same number for 6 out of 7 days. Well, lo and behold, right away on Wednesday, I get nervous a little bit when policemen go by, because down in Texas I got a speeding ticket, and I wasn't speeding. And so, because I'm not in Texas, they see a out of state plate, and that throws them into easy money. And so I got accused of speeding, and I was nowhere near speeding. And maybe one day I'll tell you guys the situation, but I was really ticked off. So now when cops go by, I get nervous that they're going to come over and give me a ticket, even though I'm only going 20 in a 25, so I go between 20 and 25, because I won't use my cruise control when it's raining. You're not supposed to. I don't know if you guys know that, but when the roads are wet, you should not use your cruise control, because I know it has something to do with the anti-lock. I think they explained it to me before. It has something to do with the anti-lock brakes, or the way it shifts, or something happens where it can't sense properly because the roads are wet, and things can go really wrong. So I've always been taught and trained and impressed upon me by all my mechanics to not use cruise control when it's wet out. So it's a little harder to keep a steady temperature. So anyway, they're long gone. So what I was saying. So on Tuesday, my official weigh-in had me as the same exact as next week. And then Wednesday, it was down again. And I was so, I wanted to punch the scale, because he's being a meanie. It's like teasing you, It's like, haha, we didn't let you do it. Now look. So, granted, it's not an official weight, but at least I'm seeing the down again. And this morning, it was down a little more. So that's a positive for me. It doesn't mean it won't go back up. I can go back up 5 pounds in overnight for some reason. But for now, I just wanted to tell you guys, those of you out there who stress a little bit, like I stress a little bit over the scale, we just have to keep trusting the process. Know that, there are the fluctuations. Know that it is going to keep going down as long as we're following our program. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. I get really thirsty in the mornings, big time. Okay, so yeah, I felt good this morning. This morning, and this is unofficial weight, but this morning it was at 184.1. So at 185, that had me at my halfway to my goal. So it's nice to be on the other side of that. At 184.1, I'm getting closer to my monthly goal. If you recall, I need to be at 178 to 180 by June 4th. So that gives me about another little over a week to lose these last 4 pounds. or if you want to count officially, 5.6 since past Tuesday. And that is doable for most of us. Not necessarily doable for me, just because I had a 6-pound loss the week before last. So I don't expect any big whooshes till another 2 weeks from now. If I'm going to have a big whoosh, it would be then. Because that's usually what happens. I get a big one, a little one, a gain or stay, gain or stay. Big one, little one, gain or stay. So I would expect, my expectation based on pattern is I would see the larger one somewhere between 4 and 6 pounds in about 2 weeks. If I get it sooner, oh my gosh, I will be so happy. I won't complain and I won't argue and I won't put it back. I will keep it and stay with it. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is at 184.1, I am really close to about the weight I was after I had my son. Because I do remember getting down into the 180s. Not sure if I got into the 170s after he was born, but I had gotten all the way up to about 200 pregnant. Came down at least into the 180s afterward, and then started creeping up from there. And then over the course of 20 years of fighting it, you lose, you gain more, you lose, you gain more, you lose, you gain more, and that's how I ended up at my 271. I always like to say I gained it all during pregnancy, but if I sit down and think about it, no, I didn't. I gained about 80 of it during pregnancy. Well, between 60 and 80 during pregnancy, and the rest was after. So, in any case, now yesterday, my husband agreed to go for one of my Couch to 5K sessions with me outside, because it was such a beautiful day yesterday. I wanted to do it outside, but I won't do it alone. I don't like going jogging alone, and I don't know if it has to do with when I got into running years ago and I became a competitive runner. It was always as a team. I don't think I ever went alone. And so I'm not much of an alone runner, and I don't know why I can't get out of that. I'm going to be 46 in a month and a half and don't know why I can't get out of that. So, and there's a lot of things I won't do alone. I won't go to a restaurant alone. I won't go to a movie theater alone. Those just don't feel like alone things to me. Now, I know a lot of people do it, and they absolutely enjoy it, and I wish I could be that way. I honestly wish I could. It just does not feel right to me. So anyway, we go out, and when the jogging thing starts, I realize and I didn't start where I've left off, because he hasn't done any exercise in a long time. We don't want to kill him off here. We decided to go back to like week 3, where it was a 90-second jog, 90-second walk, 3-minute jog, 3-minute walk, and then repeat. So we do the warm-up walk, and we do the 90-second run, and I realized at the end of that run, I was totally out of breath. My throat was feeling, I don't know, when something's not right, I can feel it in my throat, like I don't know, it's hard to explain, almost as if I've had menthol in my throat or whatever. It's that kind of feeling, but I know it's because of overdoing it. And I looked, and my watch said we were doing about it was around, I think, between 8 and 9 minute pace. And I was like, dude, it's too fast. I can't go that fast yet. And for him, it was no big deal. And he's like, oh, that's about how I jog. I'm like, yeah, but you need to jog slower so that we can do this together. That's the point. I know it's not quite your speed, but let's go together. I said, you probably can't keep that up for half an hour, so let's build on it. So anyway, we do the 90-second walk. I'm trying to get my breath back and everything. And so, because when I'm on my treadmill right now, I think I'm up to about a 4.2 miles per hour, which is what I think, maybe a 14-minute pace-ish, because I know 4 miles an hour is 15, so 4.2 is probably somewhere around between 14 and 15, I would think. And so it's a lot slower. I know that. I know it's like a fast walk. I get it. But I'm building, and I know how I need to work on me. I need to work on getting endurance, and then speed will come with that. And I know that because that's how I've always done it before. before, and the fact is sometimes people have to remember I was a competitive runner. I know what running is. I know how to do it. I know how to build myself. Part of the reason I never get there is because of my knee. So it's been many years since I've had endurance, and I'm working on that. And I'd rather do that with a slow pace and then build my speed as my endurance builds. But in any case, so we get to the 3-minute jog, and he's like, okay, you go ahead and start and show me the pace. So I start doing my pace right around 14 miles. About a 14-minute pace, according to my watch. I have a Polar. If anybody's interested, it's an Advantage V. And though sometimes I'm not sure it's quite accurate on my speed. I'm not sure. I may have to contact the company. But in any case, it's 14 minutes. And he comes up next to me and basically just starts walking fast. And I was like, dude, you can pretend to be jogging, because that's just embarrassing for me to be jogging and you're just going to be walking. I said, I can't do this. But I don't want to sit here and be embarrassed either. And he's not trying to be mean. Don't get me wrong. He's giggling, laughing. He's like, I'm just having fun with you. I said, that's not the time for that. For me, when I'm trying to jog, that's kind of a serious thing. And I want it to be taken seriously, and I want to improve myself. And once I'm there, maybe I can have fun with it and whatever. But I wasn't out there to play around and goof off. And he is like that sometimes, just wants to play around and goof off. But I got upset, and I said, forget it, we'll just walk, and I'll jog on the treadmill when I get home. And so that's what we did. He's like, oh, come on. And then he starts running backwards next to me. He's like, see, this is harder, and I'll be okay. No, because I'm not going to sit there jogging, and everybody can tell how much I'm dying, because my face will be red, and, I just forget it. I want to do it with him, but I said I'll just wait till I can go his pace. When I can get down to a 10-minute mile, then I'll go with him. Maybe then we'll be able to do it together. But yeah, I was kind of bothered by that yesterday. But I'm not angry with him. I know he didn't mean anything mean or bad by it, but it sort of messed up what my plans were, and the fact that I wanted to do 3 miles outside, but we walked, finished going around, went home, and it was 0.8 of a mile when we got home, but we were only gone 15 minutes. So then I was feeling like down, and I sat down. He's like, I thought you were gonna work out. I said, I don't know, I don't feel like it. And he got upset. Or I think he got upset with himself. He's like, it's because of me. I said, I don't know, I just felt blah all of a sudden. And it may have been because I didn't get what I expected out of that jog. I didn't get to spend the time outside. I didn't get to do the whole workout and feel the pavement under my feet and stuff. So, but he kind of pep talked me. He's like, you go ahead and go get on the treadmill. And so I got my water, and he pulled out some steak to defrost because I was hungry. So he pulled it out to defrost so that after my workout I could cook it for myself, because he's already ate dinner. He gets home an hour before me, and he's starving by the time he gets home. He eats before I even get home every day, and that's fine. And then I make my food, and it's not that we eat different, because he'll eat whatever I cook, but he needs to eat before I get home, which almost isn't fair, because he gets up after me, leaves for work after me, gets home before me, gets to eat before me. It's just kind of not fair. A lot of things not fair in life, but these are petty, so no big deal. So anyway, I go ahead and I get my treadmill, and I decided maybe I'll just walk it, because I'm not trying to kill my knee or whatever. And I did notice a couple little twinges in my knee yesterday. Day before yesterday. And at the physical therapy session yesterday, I noticed when I was doing a couple of stretches that I was pulling on my knee. So I didn't know. But anyway, I got on the treadmill, I walked for 3 minutes, and I decided, you know what, I want to do a slow jog. I'm going to build on this. But I decided not to do my next Couch to 5K workout either. I said, I just want to jog and see how it feels to go continually. And in the past few months, like I told you guys before, there were a couple, I went for 5 minutes one time, I went for 10 minutes another, my next goal was to see if I could go for 15 minutes straight. And then I think my knee started acting out. Sorry, my nose is itchy. And so I was like, well, I don't know how far I'll get, but let me see. So after 5 minutes, I was feeling really good. And then, excuse me, it's hard going to work at 4 in the morning. Then at 10 minutes, it still felt really good. And then, so I kept going. I was like, well, let me see. Can I make it to 15? And at 15, I was still feeling really good. So that was great. It was an accomplishment for me. Yeah, it was slow. Yeah, it's a 15-minute mile. But I just at the moment, I'm more concerned with my endurance than I am with my speed. I want to keep working on my endurance till I can get to the 3 miles straight. Then I'll work on my speed for those 3 miles. At that point, also starting to work on my endurance for longer jogs. Once upon a time, I would jog anywhere from 1 to 8 miles, depending on the day. We had our short distance days and long distance days. And then in between that, we would do speed training by doing sprint, type exercises and stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind getting up to being able to do an 8-mile run again. I think an 8-mile run, the pace we used to do would be somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. So you'd be looking anywhere from an hour to about an hour and a half. So if I can get myself to endure that long, I'll be happy. For now, I'm up to 15 minutes. So that was, and actually I was more. I had 15 minutes, I felt really good. And I started to think, well, maybe I can go to 20. And so I go a little more. And then at about 16, or between that 15 and 16, I'm having this conversation in my head about, oh my gosh, I can probably go longer. Let me see if I can go to 20. And then if I can do that, maybe I can go to 30. And then I talked to myself and realized I'm getting over exuberant again. And if I don't want to kill my knee and cause an injury and cause me to come off for weeks, then I better step back even though it feels good. So at 16 minutes, I went back to walking, and I walked it out till I hit 30 minutes. And at the end, I forget if I had 2 miles total or not, I don't know. But the jog part itself was about a mile. I don't know exactly how much more or less than a mile, but I know it was about a mile, right, really close to it. I think it was a little more. So that was good, I felt pleased with that, and my legs felt good. And then when I went to the walk, I felt the jello. I was like, I felt really good while I was jogging, and then as soon as I slowed it down to the walk, then I was like, oh, there's the jello. So I got a little wobbly, but not bad wobbly, and I didn't feel like I couldn't stand. I just could tell I'd been jogging. But to know that I felt good doing 16 minutes, and that mentally I wanted to do more, and that physically I felt like I could do more, and the only reason I didn't do more was not out of pain but out of protection to keep from causing pain. So that's to me, I feel like I made a big accomplishment yesterday. And so today is Thursday. Today, if I get an exercise in, it'll be a short one. Thursday is a day I don't really have the time for it. So if I do anything when I get home, it'll probably be something short, about a half hour. And then I'll do it on Wednesday. And then maybe, I might start trying to, I don't know if, I'm not even sure I'm going to continue with the Couch to 5K now that I know my endurance is already building and that I can do a mile straight and 15 minutes straight. I may go back to my old way of training to where I just do a little bit more each time. And I must say that Couch to 5K helped me kind of get to this point, but I don't know if I'm going to continue through with the app. I may just do on my own. I'm not sure, or maybe I'll use that periodically, kind of both, because the Couch 5K is good for, it's kind of like an HIIT workout, a HIIT workout, where, because you're jogging and walking, so you're getting those intervals in, at least until I think that last week, then it's a straight jog. Then you graduate to Couch to 10K, and that's what Tom Cruise Mom Shoes is now. He graduated over and he's doing the Couch houses runs on Instagram, and he's doing really good. Now, my little confession was last night, after my workout, I went upstairs and I was trying to decide how I wanted the steak. I decided I didn't want to wait the 40 minutes it would take to cook it, as I usually would cook it in the oven. So I decided to slice it up, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make stir fry out of it or taco meat out of it. And I decided taco meat just because it was already almost 7. I was tired. I just didn't feel like cooking forever and ending up eating at 8 or 9 o'clock. So I decided on taco meat because that's much simpler. It's some seasonings and salsa, and you're done. Onions. I didn't have any hot peppers, but I think the sauce we have was spicy enough. But I still like the flavor. But I diced up some onions and threw it in with the beef and some seasoning and got that all browned up, and then added in our what was left of our salsa. And then I had some spicy picante that I bought when I was on my trip to Texas a couple months ago, and we hadn't opened it yet, so I utilized that. That's how I get my taco meat, guys. I season it myself with the same seasonings that are listed on the back of a taco seasoning packet. I keep those on hand. I'm never without those, so I don't see the point in buying a packet. So I just sprinkle it on to, however much I think I want of each, and then I add salsa, because I can eat cooked tomato stuff, but I'm allergic to raw tomato, so I can't eat salsa raw and chips or anything, but I can cook with it. So I decided to do that. So as it's cooking, I think, there's these small little snack size bags of chips that we get for my husband for his lunches for work. And so I went downstairs and I grabbed a Doritos one, a little spicy nacho one. And when I'm talking about those little snack size ones, I'm talking about the kind that come in those bags or boxes that you put in your kids' lunch, the little ones. So they're not the $1.89 one you buy at the store, they're the little ones. So I don't know, what is it, an ounce or two? I don't know, really little. Excuse me, maybe 10 Dorito chips in there, maybe, if that. Probably more like 6 or 7, I don't know. So, and I've had them before, and usually I'll eat 1 or 2, I'll put the bag away, come back later, have some more. I don't tend to eat them all at once. And for some reason yesterday, instead of waiting for my food to get ready, because what I like to do is have I have found that Tostitos or Dorito with my taco meat, I'll eat a bite of my taco meat, and then I'll eat a bite of my taco meat with a part of a chip. Not even with the whole chip, with a part of the chip. And then I eat my taco meat because I want to make sure I'm getting my protein in more than I am the chip, but I like having that crunch in my taco. But I can't do tortilla. I can't do a whole tortilla, and I'm not going to try. I'd rather take these little chips and have, a couple of them with my dinner, and I'm good. And however, while my taco meat was cooking up, I blindly or mindlessly or whatever you want to call it, I won't say accidentally because there's nothing accidental about it, it's pretty deliberate, but it's mindless. I open it up and I eat a chip. Okay, no big deal. But then I eat another one, and I eat another one, and for some reason I did not set it aside like I normally do. I kept eating. I don't know if it was hunger, I don't know if it was my emotional state, I don't know if it was I was sad or if it was because I was elated because of what I just accomplished. I don't know, and no matter how much I think about it, I can't seem to pinpoint what that was yesterday that got me to keep doing that. So anyway, and I share with my doggy. He loves Doritos, and so I give him a couple. So it's not like I even ate the whole bag. I think the problem was the short vicinity of time in which I ate them in, instead of having the break of minutes to hours in between them that I usually would do. And by the time my dinner was ready, and then I put some of the taco meat in a bowl and sprinkled some cheese on it and some chopped up green onion. I love fresh green onion on top of my taco meat. And the only thing that was missing was I didn't have any plain Greek yogurt to put a dollop on top. I think I've mentioned before that I use plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream in place of sour cream, but that is the only Greek yogurt I will touch. I can't stand Greek yogurt. I just can't get myself to get tolerated to it. tolerate regular yogurt right now. I don't like it anymore. So anyway, but I do like the way plain Greek yogurt tastes just like sour cream. That's probably why I can't eat it straight, because who wants to eat a bowl of sour cream? But it goes great on my tacos. It goes great on chili. It goes great on anything that you would put sour cream on. It's absolutely wonderful, and you get your protein in it instead of just being sour cream. So that's what I was missing. I didn't have any of that. So, but anyway, I make myself a bowl. But by the time I'm even scooping it in, I'm starting to feel funny in my stomach. And then I realized I ain't feeling so good. And so I sat down, and I have my bowl of food, and I sit down, and I don't touch it. I'm like just trying to not throw up, because I don't want to throw up. So I'm trying to lay there and feel better, and I felt exhausted, and I felt ill, and I didn't have to go to the bathroom, and I didn't puke, but I still would consider it a dumping thing, because that is one of the symptoms you get. You can feel ill, you can feel tired, you can feel a little sweaty, and it was just tired and ill feeling, and I just laid there in my recliner for a little bit, thinking it'll subside and I'd eat my dinner to get my protein in. And it did. About a half hour goes by and it finally subsides, and even then I was too afraid to eat. I just didn't want anything else. So by now it's probably 8:30. I told my husband, I said, if you want it, you can have it. And of course by then he gets hungry again, because he eats at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the evening, and so then he's hungry later. So he ate it and put the rest away in the fridge. That maybe I didn't pack it for lunch today, so I'll probably have it for dinner. And so that's my little confession there. I got ill off a little bitty bag of Doritos that I didn't get ill on before, but that's okay. It reminds me, don't do that. If you're gonna have these, you can't have the whole bag in 10 minutes. You just can't. You gotta slow it down. You gotta give your body time to process. And so I've had my little lesson learned. So there we go, guys. I don't know how long this video is, because I'm driving, and I don't know if I rambled. I apologize if I did. I apologize if it's too long. But like I said, if I waited till next week, I'd forget about these things. I want to say thank you for the comments I've gotten so far on Tuesday's video, the encouragement. It's so nice to have you guys on this journey with me. And I owe some comments to some of you guys, because I did listen to some videos yesterday, and I have to go back in and comment on them. I always have to wait till I get either to work or home so I can make those comments. Well, you guys take care, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye. Oh, before I go, I did want to say, some of you guys mentioned things about the ability to contact each other and be a support also outside of here, because sometimes it is helpful to get those text messages or those emails. If you guys want to partner up with me for that, I would go ahead and send me an email. My email is still barbsdoover@gmail.com, and we can exchange numbers and be what they call pocket pals. We can text each other and help keep each other on track. All right, you guys take care, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.